Is the masseuse Candy, is she constantly there as well?
She can be right now.
Mm-hmm.
She was assigned to you as somebody
Mm-hmm.
who, again, was just laid at their doorstep. So
Mm-hmm.
she's there
But she,
until you dismiss her, basically.
mhm. But she was more like a masseuse and less the other stuff, right? She was,
Yeah,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
she's that was her specialty. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at some point I'm gonna, as soon as like the whole thing is done with the whatever's happening there, I'm gonna walk up to her and you know what? I'm we had a nice talk, you know. And since you are still trying to earn some money and going to college, how about this? And I'm gonna give her a way more than normally should be given as money.
Oh, nice.
Like, just make sure you finish that's college and you know make a beautiful life for yourself. Will you?
That is most generous, Mr. Diamonds. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I hope that you come back to us again the next time you are in need of our services.
Well, if I ever meet, this will be the establishment that I will want. Most definitely. Thank you very much for everything.
She will nod, and if you dismiss her,
Mm-hmm.
she will go ahead and leave to attend to whoever her next assignment is.
Yep.
As you turn
Um,
around, go ahead.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I was gonna walk outside, so turn around and.
Yeah, as you turn around to walk outside, a door will swing open, and this very satisfied looking woman comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly not one of the nuns here, but like a patron of the service. She looks super, super satisfied, and she emerges from the room. And right next to her is she's being escorted by Honeboy.
Mm-hmm. Honey
But
boy.
Homeboy is not wearing his superhero outfit. He is actually wearing what looks like a sexy priest outfit. A sexy priest, if you can
Nice.
imagine
Mm-hmm.
that. um,
I'm just
and
gonna silently look at it, just not really immediately knowing what's happening. Just start walking and wait, horn boy?
uh, at that point, Homeboy turns beet red,
Mm-hmm.
and the woman says, "Oh no, that's Honey Boy." And I'm gonna tell you, the honey is flowing like milk and honey.
Oh.
She says.
It seems I have to edit some of my contact information, Mr. Honeyboy.
Uh, I'm not Hone Boy. Like she said, I'm Honey Boy. I'm Hone Boy's
Mm-hmm.
twin. Yes,
Oh, yes,
twin.
yes. I'm gonna dial him in game via the contact.
You'll hear a ringing
Mm-hmm.
sound coming from. It'll actually like start to vibrate in his back pocket.
Mm-hmm. Don't you have to take that one?
Uh, It's just another client. I just,
Hmm.
I'll take it in a moment. I'm on my lunch break. What did
Of
you say your
course.
name was, sir? He
Uh,
says.
right, right.
You look familiar.
Do I know? Do I? Oh, well,
Yeah, yeah.
I gotta say, you look exactly the same as your twin. What a coincidence.
I'm the better looking one, though, right?
Of course, of course, of course. Yeah, the outfit really suits you.
The woman next to him, Amina, says, "Wait, are you saying there's two of you that looks
Oh.
exactly the same?
Hmm.
When does he work here? Do you both work at the same time?" Oh no, he is not involved with this facility, unfortunately, whatsoever. He's too busy fighting crime out in the city.
No worries, madam. If necessary, I can give you his contact information and you can always give him a call.
Oh, I don't think that'll be necessary. He's a
Hmm.
very private person. I don't know if that's a good idea, sir.
Hmm.
Whatever your name is, he
Whatever my
says.
name is, yes. Well, Mr. Honeyboy. if at some point you find yourself at the end of your shifts, why don't you ask your twin brother to give me a call?
Sure. Again, he's
Mm-hmm.
beat red, looks super, super, super embarrassed.
Mm-hmm. Well, enjoy the rest of your activities. And I'm gonna
He'll
start walking outside.
okay. Meanwhile, let's go over to the stadium. So you all are you're going to arrive, and I'm gonna say that there's already some sort of challenge that's happening where you have a group of superheroes who are going through this very extravagant, extreme obstacle course. You'll see like that involves fire and maybe a pit that's full of beholders or something. A pit of beholders, pit holders. Um, and uh, they're trying to get through this obstacle course as quickly as possible, and the audience is cheering the superheroes through. One of the superheroes falls into the pit, and then immediately like gets turned to stone by a petrified gaze, and some of the audience goes, "Ooh, ah!" and people are reacting um, as they're cheering on the rest of the superheroes, and um, you'll see like there's a few people on the side who are placing bets on the next group of superheroes that are coming up to do whatever the next challenge is, etc., etc. Live stream, you can see is up on the jumbotron or whatever you want to call that, and he's kind of the guy that's announcing, commentating on everything, and there's also like signups on the other side of the stadium where people who want to register to participate in these events are welcome to sign up for a specific fee, which doesn't matter because you're just going to charge on Gabe's card anyway. It's so nice to have virtually unlimited like financial resources. I'm not used to that
Ape
in these
card.
days. Yeah. with the Gabe card.
Just has him smiling on it.
Let's sign up, yeah.
I was specifically wanted to check out live stream, but you can if you'd like. I'm unfortunately, I think I'm just too good for all this.
All right. I'll go sign up.
Yeah. You'll sign up. You'll have to go through a waiver just like before. You know, they're not responsible for your sudden death, etc., etc. Okay. And yeah, I guess when you sign up, you will be asked to. Are you trying to join immediately? Do you want to like try to go to the next available?
Yeah,
Like-
probably just next available.
Okay. And you're yellow. You're just gonna look for live stream.
Is it like pre-recorded or is he actually there?
He's actually there. He seems to be at one of the upper boxes up on the higher parts of the stadium, I presume, where the commentator is. So I presume you normally can't just walk in. So if you want to approach him, you're going to have to be a little creative about it.
I'll do the classic thing where at the entrance, I'm gonna quickly flash my wallet with an ID on it. It just says government business official. I need to speak with livestream, please.
Okay. Roll a persuasion or deception, I think, right?
I believe it's a deception.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm good at lying. That's a plus 10. 29.
All right. Yeah, easily. You can easily go in. They'll let you through, and we're gonna say that there's a break as they start to set up the next event, which is actually the event that Chrono is gonna participate in, and I think you're being told, Chrono, that your competitor in this competition is a superhero known as High Fructose, who is a speedster. And so they're gonna set up this like arena where you have to go from station to station. And again, there'll be like platforms and I would say like moving spikes or blades that are swinging around that you kind of have to dodge, etc., etc. But there are like specific spots in different areas that you have to grab. I wouldn't call it a flag per se. I think there are these colored beasts. We'll call them like Cerberus dogs that you would have to fight. And if you successfully destroy them, they'll drop some sort of like token that you have to collect. So part of it is getting to the different locations, and part of it is you have to defeat these creatures. And there are 3 different colored medallions: red, yellow, blue. And the first person to collect all 3 will win this particular event. So that's basically the gist of it. So while you're preparing for that, Livestream is taking a break in between, and he says, looks like the next 2 contestants is going to be, I actually am familiar with these 2, High Fructose and Chrono. So make sure you all get ready. In the next 15 minutes, we will start the next event. I will talk to you then. And so he gets off, and he turns around and he says, looks like I have a visitor. Yellow. I'm surprised to see you here in Edenville.
Yes, I'm surprised too. A lot of events going on today. This one seems interesting. Right, well, I am surprised to be here too. I'm afraid it's on official business. I have been told by a little birdie that you could be in danger right now, so I'm just here to make sure you're safe.
In
Guarantee
danger?
Yes, there's a possibility that you could be in danger right now.
What makes you think I would be in danger?
Perhaps we should go to somewhere more private, but the short of it is that there was a threat against your father, and your life and the life of the rest of your family was mentioned. And I know your father is an important man, correct?
Yes, he looks very like weirded out that you're talking about his dad, but yeah, he says, yes, I would suppose. I actually spoke with my father earlier today, and he seemed to also be checking up on me as well. He didn't mention why, but
wonderful. Then my messages did get through to him.
If they came from you, I suppose.
Well, my sister has had a very similar experience happen, and I'm glad I was there. I do not believe I would have. Been able to help if I hadn't been there. A lot of things are happening right now, and I want to assure your safety. Granted, I don't want to interrupt your life, but have you noticed anything abnormal to your conditions or anything? People following you? Has there been any sort of change to your schedule that you are unfamiliar with?
Can't say. Then again, I've only been here in Edenville for the last 24 hours. So everything here is shiny and new for me. And as you can see, I'm taking the late shift right now at the stadium. So there's that.
What you to try out this more invasive experience?
Oh, well, people have been talking about Edenville for ages. And I thought someone like myself who loves to record and report on things, this is one of those areas in South City that I have yet to explore. So I figured my viewers would be very interested in seeing firsthand some of the things that are going on here in Edenville.
Fair enough. All right. Well, Do you have any other family with you at this moment?
My
would also
personal
like-
family? No. No one that you would call, at least not biologically. Although I was talking to a very close colleague of mine. You probably know her as Root Canal. The last I spoke with her, she said she was on her way into the underground arena.
Wonderful. All right. Thank you so much for your time and consideration. Actually, I'm gonna reach into my little endless pocket coat and pull out a little communication device. This goes in your ear. It's an earpiece. If you ever need me, or if there's ever anything you need to talk about, I will be here, and I will be able to help you. Might not be instantaneous, but you have my protection.
Well, I appreciate it. And of course, if you know why anyone would want to harm me, please let me know. That'd be great to know, considering how I actually feel like I'll probably be sticking around and staying here in Edenville for quite some time.
Oh. Well, it's not you they wish to harm, it's your father.
Ah,
Important man. You know what
I
I'm
see.
talking about. But I just want to make sure that you're alright. And that you're, well, not under duress in any circumstances.
no duress other than you now have me slightly concerned about my father.
Well, he's a busy man. I know he already checked up on you, I'm checking up to cover all of the bases. Right. Like I said, if you ever need me, call me.
You hear a knock a tap on the door and say, "Mr. Livestream, they're ready for the next event. If you excuse me, Yellow," Livestream says.
Oh, no. I was about to leave myself. And I'll just rappel up to the ceiling or whatever and just ta-ta and just bzzz, out of the facility. I'm not sure how, but I do that.
So, Cade, you're getting ready for the next competition, and you see High Fructose. High Fructose is a bit twitchy, almost like he's in a constant sugar high, and you're gonna see that he doesn't really like say anything to you unless you start a conversation, but he seems to like be cracking his neck. He seems to be like doing his stretches, just kind of trying to give himself a pep talk. He seems to be talking to himself a lot. Okay,
Psyching himself up.
Psyching himself up. Yeah, like really, really ready to get in there.
I'll stroll over and just introduce myself and offer to shake his hand.
Oh, hey! What can I do for you?
Oh, I'm your competitor. My name's Chrono. I'm excited to see your work out there, and let's have fun.
I'm excited to see you. My name's High Fructose. Nice to meet you. And he's like, he holds out his hand to you. He misses your hand completely. He kind of does a little bit of a shake.
Oh, you're quite quick, aren't you?
Oh, that's what they say. It's people say I'm a little unfocused, but hey, if I'm trying to get from point A to point B, I'm pretty darn focused.
Excited to see your work out there. Are you good at fighting as good as you are at going from point A to point B, out of curiosity?
I mean, I'm not particularly strong, but I'm really fast, so I kind of take advantage of the momentum to be able to fight people that I need to fight in order to, save people and fight crime.
I see. And what would you say being a hero is all about to you?
Being a hero is meant to, I guess, go for a cause that's bigger than yourself, I guess. Trying to help people and, I guess, putting yourself in danger for others.
Thank you. Well, like I said, let's have some fun out there and show off a little bit.
Have you done this before? Is this your first time?
First time.
Can I give you some advice?
Sure.
So if you really want to do well, part of the scoring is style. It's not just finishing the goal, but doing it in such a way that the crowd is really impressed and loves you. The most style points you can have, the better.
Good to know. Style's something I think I have some confidence in.
I'm excited. I'm excited. Are you excited? I'm excited.
Yeah, let's do this.
Okay. And so live stream is going to say, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to begin. If you will turn your attention down to the main part of the stadium. In this corner, we have the super fast, super speedy, oh so charming, in his own special way, High Fructose. And there's going to be like a loud cheer from the crowds for High Fructose. And on this corner, one of the newer heroes within the last year that has gotten everyone talking, we have Chrono. And there's a big booming cheer for Chrono as well.
As the cheer happens, my automatic helmet just goes, locks it up after like smiling and waving.
Very cool. And people are going to start cheering. You're going to see like, you know, you're going to hear a few girls say, Chrono, I love you. And they're going to open up the arena. And yes, you will see that there's this very elaborate obstacle course with these 3 different stations that has these Cerberus beasts there that you're required to get to and receive the medallions from. And you know, live stream is just going to explain what the object of this particular challenge is, and you and High Fructose are going to be in opposite sides of the arena, and so live stream will say, "All right, contestants, on your mark, get set, go!"
Okay.
And what do you do?
Is this initiative or just I'm saying what I'm doing?
I'm trying to just hand wave this as much as possible just to save time. So
cool.
Just tell me what you're doing.
So intention right from the get-go would be to almost end this instantly.
Yes.
I want to attack the dog and I want to kill it and then use my takedown to kill the other 2 dogs and try and just end this in 1 turn. Is what I'm going for.
Yeah. So why don't you, just so I can get an idea, why don't you go ahead and do your initial attack roll against the dog, because you're just going to literally teleport right up to it.
Yeah. I'll put some style on it. Oh, that was too far. All right, first attack is 28 plus 2 is 30.
Okay. So that will definitely do some damage to the dog. It won't go. How much is the damage of your weapon again?
8.
So you are able to.
He takes nothing.
Oh, he takes no damage.
Nothing.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're
as part of. So I don't know if this is too overpowered. I think as part of my movement, I can attempt to teleport him. He has to do like a dodge save, but it kind of seems pretty strong, so I'm gonna leave that to you.
Yeah, you can try to teleport him, so I have to do a dodge. Yeah, I'll do a dodge save. You can do that.
Unless
If
it's
I
will.
remember right, my dodge. Let me go check my teleportation.
I got a 24.
DC 17, so he passes.
So he passes.
I would like to burn one of my. I'll use my hero point for the extra action, extra effort,
Okay,
and attack again.
go for it.
That one is going to be a 34.
That will hit. So I roll my toughness, which is a dirty 20. Dirty 20.
So dirty 20. This is with the 34. It's going to be another plus 5, so 13 damage.
28.
So that's how many degrees?
28 again. So you have to beat the 28.
So I have to roll
failure, I think.
2 degrees of failure. So then I roll again, and I got a natural 20 that time. So I don't know if that matters. Plus my toughness is 30.
Yeah, so natural 20 just means it basically just raises up the thing by like 5. Because
Okay.
it gives them an
So
extra
35.
success.
Okay, so
yeah,
35.
So,
Okay, so he succeeds. But you do wound the Cerberus
Okay.
dog.
And as far as the flavor goes of how I wounded it, if you'll allow it, I want to teleport to one of the spike traps and actually break one of the spikes off and teleport it as my attack.
Yes, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Meanwhile, while this is happening, High Fructose, the first thing that he did is he takes out what looks like a bottle of angel nectar. And he takes a
No.
swig, tons of sugar, and then he just kind of just speeds through the traps. Now he's not as fast as Chrono because Chrono can just teleport, but he kind of does the thing where he speeds around and like swirl speeds around some of the contraptions so that they actually like get twisted into one knot, which seems to cause a lot of the audience to like react in a very like positive way. And go ahead, Cade or Chrono, make another attack. It's the second round if you want to.
That will be 35. Same thing, 28.
So the way that I am flavoring the Cerberi is that they're sort of like a crossbreed between a Cerberus dog and a Blink dog. And so one of their abilities is that they can make it so that you have a 50% chance of missing them. So I'm gonna roll a 1d2, and if I roll a 1, then you hit me successfully. The dog didn't activate that ability until just now, so 1d2. I rolled a 1, so you hit him. But you do see him trying to blink out of phasing in and out.
For like flavor, he teleports and I teleport instantly with him, and we stay right there.
Cool. And so I have to roll a toughness again. I rolled a total 19.
Okay, so are we doing? So I got a 28. So I don't know if that's 1 or 2 points of extra failure or whatever it is.
That's a difference of 9. So we're rounding. Are we rounding up or rounding down in terms of degrees of failure? Is it down? I thought it was down, right?
I think it's down.
So another degree of failure. So it takes 1
degree of failure.
1 degree of failure. So its toughness goes down by 1. Or actually, its toughness went down by 1 prior to the prior. So it's 2. Toughness is now 8.
So the difference was 10 then, I think, because it was already down.
So the difference was 10. So you did do 2 degrees of failure. So now its toughness is -3, right? Okay.
So wait, how many? So if
Make
it
it 2, I
took
think.
3, yeah. So because every injury it does. So was it? How many degrees of failure was it?
2 degrees of failure with that last attack.
So that gives it another -1, and what that does is for the round, it can only do either one action or 1 move.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't stack up higher. You have to beat you have to eventually get to 4 degrees of failure.
It needs
Or
to
2 threes
as well.
Or 2 threes, yeah.
It needs to do a save. I'm sorry.
A dodge save, yeah.
Okay. And so its dodge is 14 for the dodge.
So that fell, so I will teleport him into one of their traps.
Nice. Maybe like one of the spinning blades or something.
Yeah, like throw it right into a spinning blade.
You throw it right into the spinning blades, and like I'm just gonna say, the 3 heads get decapitated every which way. And then it eventually, if you've ever watched like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, when she like hits a vampire and just it turns into like dust. That's basically what happens after it gets decapitated. It turns into dust, and then an amulet like starts to fall from that location.
So I want to teleport to it, grab the amulet, and then teleport to the next dog. All like very elegant and gentle and flowing.
Yeah. Roll. Do you want to roll me like an acrobatics just to see how, very stylistically you do this?
16.
Nice. Okay. So, again, superhero Marvel style. You blink over to the next Cerberus. By this point, High Fructose did manage to get to one of the other Cerberus dogs that they're supposed to get, and will proceed to try to attack very quickly with the Blink Cerberus dog. Okay. And then, just to try to speed things up a little bit, go ahead and roll me 3 more attack rolls. just in succession.
Yeah. First one was really, really high, near 40. Let me,
Okay.
37.
Okay.
Second one was 23.
Okay.
And third one was 36. Or
Okay.
36.
So for the first one, my toughness was a 26. So that means
That's 1 degree of failure.
That's 1 degree of failure. And then the second one, because of the 1 degree of failure, well, let me see if he blinks out of existence from the second one now that it activates. Okay, so it blinked out of existence for the second one. You didn't hit him on the second one.
Yeah.
The third one, you got a what again? A 20?
I got a 36 on the third one.
Okay. Again, blinks out of existence on the third one.
And then dodge save if we're doing that too.
Yeah, the dog will also try to bite you if it's got 3 heads, so we'll try to attack you 3 times.
Cool. More than fair.
So let's see. Attack 1. I'll try to get through as quickly as possible.
If it doesn't have penetration, it might not even be worth rolling because I do have immunity.
Oh, yeah. Let me see if it does. It probably doesn't. Penetration.
It needs penetration.
What's the value?
9. It needs to be 9 or better.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think it has penetration, so it doesn't matter. So it's just gonna start chomping you. So really, it all depends on how fast you can take it down for.
Yeah.
If
I can teleport it, I want to teleport it on the other dog. And like. Make
I like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's really good. Cool. So high fructose. It's interesting. So he's moving super fast, and he doesn't seem to be taking the dog down any faster than you once he engages with the dog. But as he's moving in a blur, you see that this other blur breaks off of him and actually starts to maneuver towards dog number 2, almost as if he's in 2 different places at the same time, almost, which is kind of cool. And so he's engaging on with one dog. The other one's making his way through the traps to the second dog. Go ahead and roll.
Altogether, there's 3 dogs. I've taken out 1, so there's only 2 left, correct?
There's 6 dogs total.
Understood.
Because you each have your own set of dogs that you're supposed to be attacking.
Got it.
And they're in different parts of the arena. So it's almost like there's a big mess of traps in the center, and the dogs are scattered in different areas, and you're assigned specific dogs to get to.
Cool.
That makes sense.
All right.
So-
Will you do the dodge save for me to see if I can get them in one spot?
Yeah. I got a 22 for the first dodge.
Yeah, they got it.
Okay.
If we
and
were
then-
just doing 3 turns at once, they need to make 2 more dodges, but I'll leave that to you to decide.
Yeah. So just to save time, I got a 22, another 22, and then I got an 8.
The 8 would fail. And
So we'll see if we can get to that point. Okay, so we'll say that go ahead and make 3 more attack rolls, just in
Okay.
succession.
So are they in the same spot now?
Well, you haven't teleported one on top of the other yet, correct? Because they dodged.
Well, the last one you rolled an 8, and I was wondering if.
Oh, but we haven't
one-
gotten to that. Oh, are you saying because of they need to dodge for every single attack that you make?
I was wondering because it seemed like we did 3 turns at once. If that is the case, then it's 1 attack, 1 dodge save. But if you just wanted me to do 3 attacks, that's fine.
Gotcha. Because the last 2, if you remember, he blinked out of existence.
Uh-huh.
So you missed. So what I was gonna say was.
That makes sense.
What I was going to say was the first 22 was on the one that didn't miss, and then the next 2 is going to be for the ones where you actually hit.
Cool. I'll start this turn by trying to do the teleport.
Okay.
Trying to get them together.
Okay. Which means that you have to hit first, right? So let me make sure that he doesn't blink out of existence. Okay, so for the first one that I rolled and he successfully dodged, I did roll a 1, so you did hit him.
Yeah.
So if you want to roll to see if you do any damage to it, you can.
Sure. That is a 32.
He got a 25, so 1 point of failure.
Okay.
Okay, and then let me see if he blinks out of existence in the second one. He does not, so you can legitimately hit him again, and then he failed his dodge.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
And this one is a 29.
29, with a -1 to his toughness, he only got a 16.
Okay. So big damage there.
You teleport the dog on top of the other dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
My
so that
intention
will-
now, I'll just give you my intention and we can work it out how you want. I'll give up
Yeah.
all my attacks and everything. Now that they're stacked on top of each other, I just want to find something really, really big that I can teleport as big as I can, which is like, I'll double check it. 6,000 pounds. The closest thing I can find is 6,000 pounds.
Yeah.
I want to teleport on top of them.
We'll say that there's a platform that contains. Oh, we'll make it interesting. So the platform, I think, contains a bunch of mimic chests, and if you want to, you can just take that entire platform, just drop it on them.
Exactly what I want to do. That sounds cool.
Okay, you'll drop it on them. It'll like even crack and split open as you drop it on them, and we'll say one of the dogs immediately gets destroyed just from the sheer impact. The other the Blink Cerberus blinked out of existence.
Cool.
But when he blinks back, that's when some of the mimic treasure boxes like get active, and they actually start attacking the dog.
Awesome.
The Cerberus dog as well. By this point, High Fructose has killed one of the dogs and gotten a medallion, and his other blur had split into 2. So now there's like 2 of them are now going for the other 2 dogs in simultaneously with each other.
Got it.
However, you are able to defeat your 2 dogs at the same time pretty quickly because of your quick thinking. And then the other 2 medallions appear. But now there's a bunch of mimics there. You probably don't care because you have penetration. I don't think they have penetration. So you can give us a cinematic of how you did you get the medallions, or how do you end your turn basically to the audience?
Yeah, so I think again it'd be a very graceful teleport just to like snatch the medallions out of the air right before the third dog succumbs to all of the little mimics attacking it. I want to just kind of like let it try and fight me and bite me, and I'm just kind of like standing there relaxed as it is eaten in front of me and its heads are like chomped on me but doing nothing until it finally dies, and I just pick up the medallion.
Nice.
Teleport to the winner's podium.
Yeah, you can do that. You'll teleport to the winner's podium. There'll be a large air horn that signals the end of the round. High Fructose had successfully gotten 2 of the 3 medallions, but he just didn't quite make it to the third one by the time you got your third. And Livestream says, "That's it. The round is over, and it looks like Chrono is victorious." The crowd cheers. People start throwing roses at you. Things like that.
Helmet comes back, big old cheesy smile, and the waves.
I'll say a random bra lands next to you. Somebody
nice.
threw a bra or something.
I'll point out in that general direction of the crowd.
With like mini minotaurs on it.
I'm sorry.
Prints.
Minotaur. We'll say that High Fructose will rush over. His second blur catches up to him and merges with him. And you'll see like the scores being put up. So there'll be scores that shows that you got points, first of all, for winning the objective of the game. But there's also other scores that are like about style, and things like that adds up to your full score. For High Fructose did things in a very good style as well, but you still got more points than he did at the end of the day. And so after that big like hurrah and celebration, High Fructose will say, "Good job! The great teleporting," he says.
Thank you. Appreciate it. You have some awesome moves too. I like the way you can duplicate yourself. How does that work exactly?
I'm not really sure the science behind it, but they say that I move so fast that I completely break the laws of physics, and essentially I can be in more than one place at once.
Impressive.
Well, you, however, can essentially kind of do the same thing, sort of. It's just I still have to go from point A to point B, where it is you just go boop, 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 A and B.
Have both awesome moves. Hopefully, I'll get to work with you someday, and we can help some people.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to exchange digits?
Yeah, let's do it. Friend request. Bam.
Awesome. Hey, let me know if you want to grab a drink or something. I know this great place that gives away a lot of angel nectar.
I'll pass. Thank you, though. Maybe sometime I can get some water with you.
Okay, great. Hey. By the way, are you new around here? Are you new around here? I have some other places I could also recommend to you that doesn't involve angel nectar, if that's not your thing.
Yeah, sure. That sounds good.
You seem like you could do really well also in the underground arena if you actually want to, like, battle other superheroes like toe to toe. I feel like you could really do well.
Sounds like a great time.
Awesome. Well, I gotta get going. People to save and all that good stuff. See ya, fellow hero. He says.
Pleasure to meet you.
And he rushes off. I'm gonna say, just to add to the whole like vibe of this thing, that Yellow, maybe you'll actually I guess, what's Yellow doing in this moment right now, just out of curiosity, while all this is happening?
I'm gonna head to the underground arena.
You're heading to the underground arena.
That's where I'm going.
Okay.
That's where I know. Yeah.
I'll say while you're at the underground arena, there'll probably be a TV at some point, a large screen TV at some point is actually showing what's going on in the stadium, and you might actually see the fight, not the fight, but like the battle between High Fructose and Chrono on the screen.
Interesting. Cheater. Teleporting around.
So Chrono will receive like credits to his account for winning the game, as well as I'll say that for Chrono you can get a new like item of some sort. So the way that I'll translate this in game is I'll say that you'll get an extra what do you call it? Experience, extra XP.
PowerPoint.
Okay. So Sage, if I forget, you get one extra PowerPoint at the end of the game, which you can use to buy whatever it is you want.
Minotaur.
You can put it towards a Minotaur.
Still stockpiling.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say to him over the communicator, one of these days you're going to find yourself in a situation where your teleportation will be useless, in which case you'll actually have to deal with the problems rather than running around in little circles. And, well, I hope you're ready for that day when it comes.
You'll have my back on that day.
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, you go over to the underground arena. It's got a similar setup to the stadium, where people can register to participate in the arena if they'd like. At the moment, you see that there are several people that are signing up, and amongst the people that seem to be signing up, or at least thinking about signing up, is Root Canal.
There we go. Okay. Straighten my fedora and walk up. Hello, Root Canal. Fancy seeing you here.
Yellow! I didn't realize that you were given an invitation here over at Edenville.
No, I did not realize it either. I just decided to pop my head in, if you know what I mean. But I heard this place was incredibly fun.
I've been told as well. I'm debating on whether or not I should participate in.
Really?
I don't know. I suppose it would be fun. Probably would stick with some of the lower tiered challenges just to get my feet wet.
Oh, so this is your first time sort of in this sort of scenario of arena combat.
I admit I use my abilities mostly to help people, not for recreation. But my curiosity was piqued. How about you? Are you here to participate or to watch?
I haven't decided yet. Mostly just checking up on you. I heard you were in the area, and I thought I might pop by and frankly,
Oh.
you know, this seems a little interesting, and if you're interested as well, perhaps we could do like a sign-up together. I don't think it would be a very even fight if we were to fight each other, but perhaps there's like a two-player version where we take on waves of enemies or something.
There actually is a two-person challenge, yes, if you're interested in teaming up.
Oh, well, I want you to be more confident in yourself and your own abilities, so, well, if you're not going to be against it, then I'd love to.
We can certainly try. I'm looking at some of the options here, and so out of character, there are options where you can fight like superheroes two and two versus, if that's what you want to do. There's also a version where, like you said, you have to fight like waves of beasts and creatures, and if you survive, you'll get, credits for it if you survive. So up to you what you want to sign up for.
Oh, does anything particularly catch your eye, darling?
She says, well, you specifically seem to be, correct me if I'm wrong, but you specifically seem to be better at fighting people individually as opposed to people in droves, or am I mistaken?
Well, you're just mistaken. I'm good at everything. It's just my sniper rifle. I prefer long-range engagements on single targets, and with my pistol, I prefer close and personal, and I can hit many targets with it, or just a few. Got some fancy things I haven't shown off yet.
She says, would you like to do a 2 versus 2 battle?
Sure, I'm all for it.
She says, why don't we give that a try and see how we fare?
Fair enough.
All right.
Love to see you work.
So here is what's going to happen. You both will sign up, and the people that you're going to be fighting against is going to be completely by surprise. It'll be revealed to you when the I guess the arena gates open, and so the two of you will be preparing yourselves, and finally again there'll be some announcer, not live stream, who's going to be announcing the new contestants that will be basically fighting until they knock the other team out. Basically, it's not to the death, it's just knock them out, incapacitate them.
Sure.
And you will see that the people on the other side is this, think Iron Man if Iron Man was Gordon Ramsay. This superhero is called the Iron Chef. The Iron Chef.
Oh, come on.
And he's got these 2 giant-sized meat cleavers. He's holding like dual meat cleavers, and he's got his utility belt is basically like an apron that has all these other like cooking utensils that he uses to fight with. But his main weapons right now are these 2 dual-wielding meat cleavers. And in addition to that, the second character that you'll be fighting is we'll call them Iron Maiden, Iron Chef, and Iron Maiden. There we go. And the Iron Maiden, she actually is also a golem-like creature, probably not a person in a human suit, is what I'm trying to say. And she's just a lot more massive and like muscular looking. She's got like a morning star kind of weapon. She doesn't look like she is as fast as the Iron Chef, but definitely looks like hardier, and probably packs a bit of a wallop. So you and Root Canal have a moment to size up your competition, and Root Canal is going to turn to you and say, "So what do you think? How do you want to do this? Do you want us to each focus on one person individually, or do you want us both to team up on one person at a time?"
I typically just go with whatever I'm feeling on the day. Honestly, I think we should pick at them to start, figure out their weaknesses, and once we find something that is exploitable, that's when we strike. It kind of just depends on how well they mesh with each other and how well we mesh with each other. Frankly, I think the chef will be easier to take out. He's probably not as defensively orientated as the golem is, but that golem is going to pack a punch regardless. Both of them are, I think. But do I notice anything from here when looking them up and down? Do I notice any interesting or unusual things about their physiology? Or
roll a spot.
Yeah, 13.
The only thing that I will say is that the Iron Maiden has a slit or a seam that goes down its chest. That's a little interesting and peculiar. On the Iron Chef himself, like, I don't know if there's necessarily anything in particular that catches your eye on him, other than his apron, like I said, does seem fully stocked with a lot of utensils that may be very useful in combat.
So obviously, the Iron Maiden seems to be big, bulky. If you can slow him down anyway, that would be most helpful. For the chef, his apron contains most of his battle utensils, it seems, and his cooking utensils, but that's besides the point. So if we can isolate those two things, or find a way to take the apron or just ensnare this golem creature, we could possibly come out on top.
I agree. If I'm being quite honest, I'm very similar to the Iron Chef in most of my abilities are my equipment. So if we're somehow able to relieve him of said apron, that might put us at the advantage.
Well, I think all of us, well, besides the Iron Maiden, rely on equipment very much, but I am no slouch without my guns. So, granted, not an ideal scenario. I've been in it before with Odin, but not fun.
Okay. All right.
I think we should go.
All right. The competition begins. So in this competition, like I said, anything goes. Except you have to take each other out non-lethally, but you can still use your weapons like normal. So why don't you roll me initiative, Yellow, just so I can see who gets to act first.
22. It's actually very low roll for me.
Okay, so just to keep things in track, order-wise, Root Canal is 24. You're 22.
Yes.
What is your bonus? Your initiative bonus?
Plus 16.
Okay, so you get to go right after Root Canal, then the Iron Chef, then the Iron Maiden. So, I think Root Canal is going to, at least initially, make her way towards the Iron Chef, and she's going to have out her floss and turn it into sort of like a lasso of some sort, very Wonder Woman lasso of truth-esque, and just make her way towards the Iron Chef and close the distance a little bit. What are you going to do, Yellow?
How does the battlefield look like? Is it like an open dome, or is it like an enclosed space? Is there areas for cover? Or is it just like an open field?
So, very good question. So what I'll say is it is an open field, but there are, if you go laser tagging, there's different like structures that you can get behind. So, and they're in various sizes and shapes. So they're just strewn all about the arena, and it is enclosed because some superheroes can fly, so you can't just fly it out of the way. You have to stay within an enclosed area. It's not necessarily it's not enclosed physically with like an invisible wall or anything. But
there's a skybox.
There's a right. If at any point you leave that part of the arena, and you're not like thrown out of it, if you willingly leave the bounds of the arena, then you end up like getting docked. I think you're given like a warning, and then after a warning, if it happens again, then your team loses automatically. If that makes sense.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm going to I think I'm going to advance towards them, but do it in a way where I'd find a piece of cover that's kind of like maybe like one of those police barriers, like the concrete police barriers. If there's something that's about like that height, I'm gonna try to crouch towards it so I get like some good cover, and I'm just gonna pull out my pistol, and I'm probably gonna take some shots just to test defenses and see if I'm gonna have to use my sniper rifle or not.
Mm-hmm. Before you start rolling your shots, I want to ask, with that weapon specifically, do you have any penetration in it?
I do have, I think, a single. Let me check. A single thing of penetration. Yes, I have penetration 1.
Okay, so that unfortunately will not be enough. So you can fire at him, and it'll just ding off of his armor. Just FYI.
So kind of both of them have the same effect on them?
Have you shot both of them?
I was attempting to do a multi-attack so I could hit...
both of them?
Yes.
Yeah. So with that specific weapon, you can hit both of them, and yeah, they both will... Mm-hmm. It doesn't seem to penetrate through their armor.
Damn. Why do I even have this thing?
Should have gotten that stun gun.
I mean, I'm gonna put away my weapon, and I'm just gonna kind of crouch behind that barrier because that's all I can do on my turn. I'm gonna have to pull out my sniper rifle.
Yeah. How much penetration, just so I know, does your sniper rifle have?
It is 5 ranks of penetration.
5. No, nice. Okay. So, the Iron Chef, he very quickly puts his one of his cleavers into his holster. He sort of has like a holster in his apron for his cleavers, and he takes out what appears to be a very large pepper shaker, like a pepper grinder. And then I guess he does both. He needs both hands, so he puts both blades away in his apron. He pulls out a pepper shaker, and then he sort of like very quickly, grinds up the pepper shaker, and out comes this big giant pepper spray cloud that starts to fill within 30, like I wouldn't say 30. It starts off as a 15-foot radius around him, but it's going to start to spread throughout the arena.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is fine. Okay.
It's fine. You can start to smell the smell of white pepper, which by the way is spicier than black pepper. You can start to smell the scent of white pepper in the air. as this pepper spray cloud starts to go in different directions.
All right.
The Iron Maiden opens up its chest. It bursts open, and out pops up. Think a bear claw, but attached to a spring. So it's like a combination of scorpions. Get over here! But in the end, instead of a spear, it's like a bear claw-looking thing, like a chomp from Super Mario Brothers, but without the eyeballs.
Okay.
And it comes out towards. I will say it's going to come out towards. I'll roll a 1d2. Towards yellow. So you're going to have to roll a dodge for me, please, to not get caught by this thing.
33.
Okay.
19.
You do
Wow.
you do see you do dodge out of the way. One detail I will say that if you know what an Iron Maiden actually is in real life, it's basically like a chamber that has spikes in it.
Yep.
So from within the cavity of the Iron Maiden, you do see spikes, which would be bad probably if you get caught in this thing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, as the claw reaches out, I kind of do a defensive roll to the side, ducking kind of a little bit behind the cover, and as the doors open, do I notice anything?
yeah. You will see maybe like a certain spot from within the cavity that seems to be there doesn't seem to be it's pretty uniform this with the spikes, with the exception of this one particular section, like in the lower abdomen of the spiky chamber.
Okay.
I wouldn't say that there's anything else out of ordinary besides that.
Okay, strange thing on the inside. Wonderful. Cool.